If you get 25 days of wool gathering, don't be surprised, because I really have no idea what sort of videos I am going to create this Vlogmas. Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I thought that I might talk about my general feelings of Christmas this year. Last year I talked about not feeling festive. The year before that I thought I talked about it, but I didn't. And the year before that I definitely talked about not feeling festive. And basically my entire mission this festive season is to get through Christmas, get through December without causing another injury to myself. If we go back 1 year, on the 18th of December 2018, I chose to go looking for the Christmas decorations because I might have been entertaining this idea that I wasn't feeling festive, but there did seem to be something wrong about not having Christmas decorations up with Christmas just around the corner. I was aware we wouldn't be able to fit a tree in our house, and so I decorated this old washing basket of my grandmother's who had died in June last year. And so I put these lights around it, and I was looking for baubles, and I was looking for all the little accoutrements that we have around our house at Christmas time, and someone informed me that they were in the loft. I can't remember who. I mean, frankly, I've taken a blow to the head since then. And I went up the stepladder and to look in the loft. I went up the stepladder and the stepladder went out from underneath me. I cracked my head open on a wall, got a severe concussion, and then it wasn't made any easier. I continued to create videos, but I was not with it at all. It was the worst possible decision I could have made. And in total, thinking about actual rest and recuperation time, it was probably February before I actually started feeling any sort of sense of normalcy and didn't feel completely discombobulated. So avoiding that would be fun. I'd also like to get a haircut. This is the second video I'm mentioning it in the hopes that Charlie at some point this week will think, let's go out and actually get this sorted. I keep putting it off because it's one thing. It's one fear I haven't shared on the internet yet. Complete fear of hairdressers. Had it since I was a child. It's never going away. Some people get scared of the dentist. I must have associated the two together and it went the wrong way for me. Fine with the dentist, you know, needles in the mouth, extractions, all that. Had it all done. Had 2-hour operation when I was 10 to remove all the teeth on this side of my mouth. I realised most people have that little bit that kind of connects the top lip to the gum. I wondered where mine had gone, why I didn't have one. Got rid of it in that operation. It's fine. I can't say that I've noticed it's missing. And it lends itself well to gurning. Either way, fear of hairdressers. But in terms of the festive season this year, I have to say I am feeling somewhat more Christmassy than usual. I think that I have just given over feeling as though it's uncool to admit we like something. You know, just admit you like it, get on with your life and forget about it. And I'm aware that I like Christmas for nostalgic reasons, and I'm aware that I am never going to be able to recapture the magic I felt towards Christmas when I was younger. But I like the excitement, and I like that I seem to see more of my family than usual, despite the fact that we're very argumentative, sarcastic people who can't get through the day without insulting each other. It's nice to actually know that they're still around. We live in the same house, so I know they're here, but we kind of pass and, you know, It's never fun. Either way, I had to go searching for these because I bought 2 Christmas decorations that I saw on the internet. It must have been end of October, start of November, I started looking at Christmas decorations on the internet because I know that I'm probably never going to buy actual, really new decorations because I work at a charity shop and I know where I can get them cheaper. All the decorations we seem to have in our house at the moment, most of them weren't purchased new. They were got from my years working at the shop. But I saw these on the Marks and Spencer's website and I had to get them. And one's this little fox and one's this little badger. And they were £4 each. And I'm from a farming family. And as you might know, farmers aren't the fondest of foxes and badgers. And I quite like them. So I'm trolling my family a bit with these, but I don't mind so much. Also, Joy from the writers group has been knitting or crocheting, but I think knitting little Santas. I will leave a picture somewhere. And I got one. And I was quite happy about it because I like Christmas. You might be able to see the chicken bauble behind me. And that was given to me by a volunteer last year. Or the year before. Go back through my videos, see when it first started appearing on this wall, and we'll know. And basically, I have another fear. Let's talk about all Charlie's fears. I have a fear of chickens, cockerels, any sort of chicken. They terrify me. Poultry, well, not all birds, most birds, are terrifying to Charlie. And so to troll me, similar to what I'm doing to my family, she bought me that bauble. I did go to the treacle market in Macclesfield last week, actually, in search of more little felt Christmas decorations. But they were very expensive. I was like, this was £4. £4 from Marks and Spencer, and I thought that was the most expensive I was going to have to pay. Then I went to Sainsbury's and found a little mouse, and I thought that'd suit. But the mouse was £4, and I was having this whole idea of a woodland tree, some sort of farming style tree that was going to be, very about my family, and also I just like the idea, wildlife on my tree. But oh my goodness, when I went to this market, I found a mouse that was similar to one at Sainsbury's, and it was £6, so that's £2 more than Sainsbury's, thank you. Then, further down, there's one for £9, and I'm sorry, they're only coming out once a year. You might be able to pay that. You might be the type of high class, middle class, epicure type of person who's going to change their tree up every single year, and you're going to be buying a new decoration, spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on lights and all that fun stuff. Not me. Not me. I bought those because I like them, and I thought I've never bought decorations before. But no, not happening. Also, I started listening to Christmas music in November. And actually, I've just been listening to the one CD in my car. It's either that or Ivy Levan's Frostbitten EP, which has 4 Christmas songs. Frostbitten, Carol of the Bells, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Not necessarily in that order. My mum likes that CD, so whenever I'm in her car, we're playing it through the Bluetooth speaker because she's got all these newfangled things that makes no sense to me, but somehow it works. Phone. Don't ask me about technology. Do I have any... Well, we know I've got plans for this month. In terms of reading, though, this is going to be awful and a horrible thing to say. And I haven't wanted to say what I'm about to say next because I worry... I'll say it first. I will not be participating in any readathons this month. I won't be making a TBR for this month, and I'm sorry if I said that I was going to be part of your readathon before, but it's definitely not going to be happening because I simply do not have the wherewithal at the moment to be able to cope with the idea of having to read to remit. I have to admit that there is a tiny bit of a struggle here at the moment in terms of not just reading, but the idea of having to read for a readathon, the idea of reading loads of books, the idea of having to get through any sort of books at the moment. I'm quite happy, and it's like I mentioned in my Woolgathering video yesterday, quite happy to admit that this is the time of year when I slow down and I don't read as much, but the idea of actually making this some sort of community effort at this time just isn't doing it for me. So I'm sorry, it's not happening. There are some great readathons out there. I was really looking forward to participating in Rachel Marie, I can't remember what she calls herself, Bucky. I'm sorry about it, but you know who I'm talking about. The Winter Quest. I participated in the July original quest, and I was really looking forward to this, but there is just something in the way at the moment, and it might very well be myself, but that's not happening. Also, actually, forget all this. Well, don't forget that. Woolgathering. Also, been looking at Christmas foods. Now, what we have to remember, I became a vegetarian nearly 2 years ago now. And because of that, last year's Christmas was the first time I'd bought a nut roast, and I found that it was just like stuffing. I have been and looked at the supermarkets for some ideas of what to cook for myself on Christmas Day. But if you have any vegetarian or vegan alternatives to turkey on Christmas Day, can you please let me know, and also please make sure that they're not a nut roast. Send me some recipes and that type of thing, because I'd really like to find an alternative that doesn't involve some weird gloop on a plate. In terms of everything else though, I haven't yet. I bought one Christmas present. I have to shop for quite a few people now. I have I have 3 brothers and a sister to buy for. I have a nephew to buy for, a niece to buy for, parents to buy for, a grandparent to buy for, a cousin to buy for. You see, how this works for me is if we have some sort of connection with each other, then I will buy you a present. However, family-wise, even if we're family, if you haven't spoken to me in 5 years or longer, 10 years in some cases, nearly 20 years in some other cases, we were children when last we had a proper conversation, and since then you've kind of just stopped bothering and have no interest in having me in your life, then I don't care whether we're related, I'm not buying you a gift. However, if we're friends and we happen to be close, then I'm probably going to buy you a gift. This doesn't, I'm sorry to say, extend as far as BookTube, because whilst there are quite a few of you that I adore and I think of as friends, and I'd love nothing more than be able to afford to send you something. If you have children, please, and we're thinking of sending me something, buy something extra for your child. And if you've got an animal, buy them an extra treat this Christmas, because I do not have the money to be sending you anything. And yes, this does come at the time as I know some people feel pressured with this idea of giving each other gifts, and frankly, don't worry about it. I'm really not worried about buying these people Christmas presents, because frankly, a few years ago, Amazon Prime was a thing, and I ordered most of my presents 2 days before Christmas, and whilst I'm not supporting Amazon anymore, so it might make it a bit more difficult, I'm sure we'll be okay in some way. But yes, definitely rambled on long enough here and probably covered enough topics for 3 days worth of videos. But for now, I'm going to leave it here, and hopefully this is going to be a successful Vlogmas. Hopefully there will be a video every single day, but I will admit that I think they're going to be me rambling. I think that they're just going to be Woolgathering videos every single day up until the 25th, and then we'll be done and we'll be over. And if you have ideas for video topics that you'd like me to cover, then do leave those ideas in the comments as well. I hope that you have enjoyed this weird, nonsensical stream of conscious, non-linear video, and until next time, that is all.